Hi, darlings.
Hey, Tom, fourth grade.
We're going to be going over math packets week 5 and 6. That will cover April 27th through May 8th.
And please remember Dreambox, 20 minutes a day, or what you can do when you have time, because, these math packets, we're doing 2 questions a day, and they're good questions and they're challenging and fun, but, that's not a whole lot of math. So please remember us on Dreambox. I want to see her doing the stuff that's not as good, Tomahawk, and me doing the fun stuff. All right, so please keep working hard and having fun on Dreambox.
So here's the math packet for week 5. You'll see the main theme is fractions, which I love.
Me too.
Don't forget that a lot of these problems have a lot of reading comprehension. So slow it down, use pictures, whatever you need to do to make sense of these.
And some ask multiple questions at the end, so make sure you answer all parts. Also, a lot of these problems, because they're about fractions, have a lot of common denominators that you're going to have to find. And there's going to be a lot of improper fractions as an answer or part of the answer that you're going to have to turn into a mixed number. And even some would be best if you simplified them. So we have a problem that kind of covers all 3 of those things, where we're going to find common denominators, turn some improper fractions to mixed numbers, and simplify.
The bakery has 2 2/4 chocolate fudge bars remaining and 1 8/12 of their peanut butter fudge bars remaining. How much fudge do they have left in all?
All right, before we can add these though, we can't add fourths and twelfths. We have to add when they have common denominators. So I'm going to show you that. So that would be, and we're just going to ignore the whole numbers for now and bring on down 2/4 and 8/12. So I would like to find the least common multiple, so I can skip count by 4s and by 12s to find out what is in common here. So if I start counting by 4s, I say 4, 8, 12. Ooh, I'm going to stop right there because 12 looks really good to me. So if I start counting by 12s over here, I can stop right there because I already have the common multiple, and that's the least common multiple. So I'm going to use 12ths as my denominator for each of those 2 fractions. And if you do that to the bottom, all right, if you multiplied 3 times or skip counted 3 times, you're also going to do that to the top. So that's going to say 2 times 3 is 6. If I multiply just once over here, then I also need to do it to the top. So 8 times 1 is 8. So we're going to keep 8/12. So now we have 6/12 and 8/12, and now we can move to our next step.
Keep in mind that this and this, these are equivalent fractions. So even though the numbers are different, they're still equal parts. That's why we did it. So I'll take my whole numbers back, 2 6/12 plus 1 8/12. Now it's a lot easier to add. When the denominators are the same, I can add the tops. I can add the numerators. So my whole number, 2 plus 1 is 3. 6/12 plus 8/12 is 14/12, which looks like a good answer, except that this is an improper fraction. 14 is greater than 12, so I have inside this fraction, I have more than one whole. I need to take that whole out. If my fraction is divided into 12ths, I know that 12/12 is one whole. So let me take that one whole out, 12/12. I'm going to take it out, and that's going to leave me with 2/12. But of course, this 12/12 can't just be taken out. It has to be regrouped into a whole number. How many times did I take out a whole number? Just once. So I'm going to add one whole, and I'll have my 2/12 left over.
And that is the correct answer. But you can also simplify that because we can find a common factor with 2 and 12. All right, and when you can do that, it means you can simplify. So we're going to take 4 2/12, put it over here. I'm going to show you how to simplify fractions using common factors. So I'll show you how to do my way, and then Mrs. Kramer will just give you a reminder for her class. So if we're looking at 2, we're going to do the factor rate and say 1 times 2 is 2. Now, if we try 2, that's already at this side, so we know that we're done. The only factors of 2 are 1 and 2. All right, and then we're going to do 1 and 12 rainbow. All right, and then the next number is 2. 2 times 6 is 12. 3 is next. 3 times 4 is 12. If we tried 4, well, that's already at that end, which is a good clue for us that we're done factoring this number out. So the only factors that are in common are, of course, 1. That's always. And then the only other one there is 2. So that's going to be my greatest common factor. Now I can take this and divide by my top and my bottom of the fractions. If I do 2 divided by 2, it'd be 1. If I do 12 divided by 2, it'd be 6. So my total final simplified answer here would be 4 and 1/6. So that's a whole lot of work, and Mrs. Kramer is going to show you the other way that she uses for GCF.
Not really another way, but just to remind my students that the most common factors are 2, 3, or 5. Of course, you could have greater factors because you're supposed to look for the greatest common factor. For example, if you had a 6, they were both divisible by a 6, you would see that they'd both be divisible by a 3, and then you'd have to check again to make sure, and then they'd both be divisible by a 2. So if you're doing the 2, 3, 5, you'll just have to remember to keep going until you can't go anymore.
All right, so week 6 is about measurement. All right, so we just want to start off with Monday. The table is really small, so I'm just gonna zoom in so you can get a better look on that before we do anything else.
You might just want to pause it right there if you need to see any of those fractions. All right, as you go on, Zeno, the xylophone maker, is actually missing some important information to solve that. So we're just going to advise you to skip that activity.
And then Friday, we want to challenge you for the answer is to use all 4 operations of math to get to 2,475. And then on water, it's almost so simple that it might seem like it's a trick, but just read that question carefully, read each one carefully for the parts here on water, and just answer the 2 questions the way they want you to.